Hey, welcome to the Mr. Sin channel. Today we are going to be talking about ways a business can grow. We'll talk about reinvesting in a business, we'll get into mergers and acquisitions, we'll also get into a horizontal merger and a vertical merger. What are the difference between these? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages? Now, enough of me talking, let's figure out how to grow a business. Now, while watching this video, make sure to utilize the guided notes that are provided. You can find them in the description below. The guided notes go along with the video, and I've included some articles in there that highlight current day mergers and acquisitions to help you better understand exactly what's going on. So it'll be important that you're using them throughout this video. Now, there's a bunch of different ways that a business can grow, and this video isn't even going to scratch the surface on getting into all of them. The main focus of this video is going to be on mergers and acquisitions. But it's important to state that one important way that you can grow a business is through reinvesting in it. Now, this seems like a simple idea, but it's very hard for people, especially when you get caught up in the start of a business and you're making money and times are good. You don't want to keep putting money back in because you want to take some profit. You've been working hard at starting this business and you want to seek some of the reward. But one of the things to remember is depreciation happens. Depreciation is when your capital goods experience wear and tear. They start to break. You'll have to rebuy things. You'll have to innovate your product to create something new, to continue to both appeal to new customers and also keep your current ones interested. And that costs a lot of money. So it's a really good practice to put money aside so that you can use it to continue to expand the business and to take care of things as they break down and start to need repairs. So reinvesting in your business is a key strategy that all successful companies do. They always have cash on the side. So when they need it, they can use it. And having a positive cash flow, meaning you have money coming in, you're not just sending all your money out. You're not constantly taking on new responsibilities and debt and things that are going to drain on your company. No, you are increasing your cash flow. You're getting more money that you can use to spend on products and goods or wages, and at the same time have more money that you can set aside to reinvest. Now, one of the things you can do with your money is mergers and acquisitions. Now, this is normally when companies get bigger, particularly with corporations. Now, these two concepts can be confusing because they're similar, but it's important for us to understand the difference between the two. Now, the difference between a merger and an acquisition is really important for you to understand. A merger is when two companies come together to create a new corporation or a new company. They'll give up their old identity and rebrand themselves. An acquisition is when a company just takes over another company. That company that's being taken over then becomes part of the company that took them over. And these can be used for different strategies. Mergers can be used to rebrand yourself and get a new public image. And at the same time, too, it can be to get rid of some of the competition and to make it so you have new customers. An acquisition can be used for instant growth, or if you're trying to change your strategy and you want to acquire new ways of making revenue. And now let's break down some of these things. We're going to start with a merger and break down the different types of mergers and exactly why you would do it. Now that we have a basic understanding of what mergers are, I want you to pause this video, go into your guided notes, and click on the article that'll talk about the Bayer-Monsanto's merger. In your guided notes, then I have some questions for you to answer after you've read the article. Make sure you do this so you get a good understanding of a real-life merger and what goes on with it. If you need the key for those questions, you can find my key in the bottom of your guided notes. Now, mergers happen for a bunch of different reasons. I've already stated a couple of them, but some of them might be because they want to eliminate competition. Maybe they want to try to get control over the production of their product. Maybe they're trying to acquire new technologies or ideas or even staff and people. There's a bunch of different reasons why it could happen. And mergers take the form of two different types. We have a horizontal merger and a vertical merger. A horizontal merger is when a company decides to join forces with another company that produces the same good or service. So we have two or more firms that are coming together and they already produce the exact same thing. So that would be like if I produced tires and I started buying other companies then that also produced tires. And I started owning all of the companies then that produce tires. Now, over time, through mergers and acquisitions, conglomerates can happen. And a conglomerate is when we have a business that has at least 4 different businesses inside of it. And each of the businesses operate within one company. And these businesses don't overall make up all of the profits. It's actually distributed throughout them. And so the company has actually become very diversified. So these businesses under a conglomerate are all kind of separate, controlled under one company, and each of the businesses is producing their own products. And they all represent an equal or close to equal share of the profits for the company. Companies would do this when they want to make sure they're protected from different economic changes. It can be actually very advantageous to have a conglomerate where you are protected from, if the economy declines in one industry, you have other parts of your business that can help. On the other side too, there's some disadvantages where it's hard to organize and keep everything on track. And maybe eventually you become too big and you'll have to sell off parts of your business because they're no longer financially viable. Now, the next merger that we have is a vertical merger. And vertical mergers happen when you want to control the production of your process. So again, if we went to an example of me making cars, it wouldn't be that I'm buying all the other car manufacturers. That'd be a horizontal merger. The vertical merger would be if I started buying also the people who produce the tires and the people who produce the gears and the people who produce the leather for my seats, and I started to own the production process. That would be a vertical merger. So horizontal, again, we have where you are owning all the same things, like the people producing the same goods. Vertical, you're owning the production process. And it can even go into the transportation and distribution process as well. Our next concept is acquisitions. Acquisitions get used for quick growth. If a company sees someone with a new idea or technology, they will try to buy them out. And sometimes companies might want to resist. However, if you're a publicly traded company, hostile takeovers could happen. For example, a company could just start buying up all of the common shares, get ownership, and take the company that way. Other times, acquisitions will happen through buyouts, where a company will offer the CEO or the directors enough money to just take over the company and absolve all of its stuff. So there's a bunch of different things that happen here, but acquisitions are used to be able to grow a company fast or pursue a new direction, where mergers are used more for trying to expand your production line or trying to get a new identity for the company. So both of these can be used to acquire and grow a company. Hopefully this is making sense. Now you can see exactly what a merger is, a horizontal merger and a vertical merger, and also what an acquisition is and how it differs from a merger. Until next time, I'm Mr. Sin. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you online.